Still not showing up. Alright. Looks like we've got it on Twitch. And now waiting to view event on YouTube. Still not showing up. Alright. Up, there it goes. Alright. Here we are with another Quas Aldera stream for ZSpheres Elnhawn. So last time I've actually skipped a bit, so I'm gonna actually show what the model looked like before. Oh, I don't want to be looking at that on the other screen. Ebocdomal. That's what we're working on right now. I've actually skipped a couple of days, so bear with me. I mean, basic concepts still there, but I feel like a lot of minor tweaks have made him look better. The length of his tail. Honestly, he looks a lot like the original one I made, except, you know, more sized up. Arms are in a different position, legs are slightly in a different position with different proportions. And it's got this cool little thing with the horns put on the adaptive skin there. So the horns are made of wax, and I've always felt like it's really hard to represent it. But with this little squiggly part and the basic roundness of the horns in each spire, I feel like it actually captures it well. That was something that this one was lacking. It always looked a little weird at this juncture. Little lame spitter he's supposed to have there. Like a little candle wick. Of course, his face structure is everything is just a little bit tweaked from where we last left off, and honestly, I felt really comfortable doing all that off stream. It doesn't look bad, but it just one I feel like is just really strong. Let's get rid of this subtool. Tweak this. Make it leave. Alright, Hawnehyl. So, honestly, looking kinda good right now. Need to add that little lame. And then I used 3 joints for this before. Four joints. That's fine. Easy to find. Whoa. Boy, it's like a finger's growing out of his face, kinda. Back and forth and compare and then go back. Well, honestly, his face is bigger here, so maybe it's just go by appearance. Don't have to be the same. Honestly, not too attached to this version either. something it did do was actually go a bit. The weird thing, it's like a inverse spigot of flames. It's supposed to be like the top of a candle. I didn't want his firepower to just be coming out of his horns or something like that. Alright, now the last thing to really fix up. We added something completely new that I am satisfied with. Not a new file, not yet. Seven, and then gotta consider the wings. I only got one guy with wings so far, the other Hawnehyl. And Grenade. His wings are large, and for swiping, slashing, these extend out. Really strong. This guy, his wings are a lot shorter, closer to him. They can extend with basically by feeding wax into them, which gives them the option of either limited flight, boosting his ability to move around when he's charging. I don't know if I like what I was doing. Kind of made him spider dangles. I'm gonna try and see how it looks. Excitement. Minor tweaks. Maybe not making them all bend the same way. Flare, some differentiation. Catch the eye, but I like that. And at a weird angle. Oh my goodness. Change the draw size. That's probably what's messing up here. Not been using my tablet for streams, but I had been doing some of this work at my lunch break. Honestly, the tablet controls on the Surface are really nice, and it works with ZBrush, which is honestly the really exciting part. It's like, oh wow, I can 3D model without having to resort to some terrible version on my iPad that I buy and just can't click with. Ugh. Or more just for sculpting and stuff like that. Yeah, I need to add another joint in these. Just keep trying and make little tweaks. Find what you like. Honestly, really liking that. Save that. An alpha. And even though he came out looking a lot like this guy with just larger size, so he's more comparable to all the larger ones without being too ridiculous. Comfortable with that. It's kind of annoying because The floor basically moves depending on where you drag the base sphere. Make comparing their sizes a little difficult at times if it jumps around a lot. I really think this guy should be a little bit bigger. Probably a little too small now. Size. Oh, that was an annoying thing with this one. You actually have to same size boost to both. It fortunately keeps the relative position quite well. See how that's looking. Honestly, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Good change, good change. So I gotta save this guy. His folder. If I forget to do that, it's a bad time. Really, since all I'm doing is a size change, this is alright. And the size of the file is a bit larger because, what is it, all these... Well, the 3 of these ones I did, looks like I saved both of the adaptive skins actively, which did increase it. I've noticed because it's remembering all the other geometry. It just goes back to the ZSpheres, so it's interesting. Activate all the adaptive skin to make the file size better. I just saved. Happier with their sizes. Well, not this guy. I don't think I'll be redoing him right away since it doesn't need to be redone, but honestly, happy with everything to do with Ebocdomal. So something I would like to do is try out his different poses, but honestly, that can be done when I try to take things to the extreme. Alright, next monster is going to be a little bit of experimentation. Before I do that, just save the file since this is a momentous we've finished. Very nice wings. Distinctive. Going to do another Hawnehyl bipedal Elnhawn with a. Oh, that's. Remembering to turn symmetry so weird stuff doesn't happen and I have to delete ZSpheres or start over again. Unlike the other bipedal on a hill, he is going to be standing straighter. Say very hominid? Yeah. That may be the wrong word. Honestly, even in my artwork, my terrible artwork, it isn't really clear. How the finished version of this guy is going to look. I just play around with this guy. Oh, I need to update the stream. We're finished with Ebocdomal. Welcome, Pulslendet. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and check the two streams and see if they updated correctly, because I don't believe I've done that yet. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and check the two streams and alright, it doesn't look like the name change took to YouTube, so that's and I'm not seeing any options to fix it myself. Full garage. Oh, wait, edit video. Well, I can always change it when I upload it. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Enough of that. Alright, now to do something that I'm not certain about in the slightest. Doing something I have a very super vague idea of what it is in my head that I need to get out. Gotta get out. Everything's gotta get out. Nothing can stay in there. Triangle head. Creature is going to look very biomechanical. Like to what? One spear, please. No, I didn't have the move selected. Goodness. Look like Big Boss Android. Concept, I had kind of like a big old faceplate coming down the side. He'd have kind of horns coming out of him. That was something I was considering for Ebocdomal if I couldn't get his horns to work the way I wanted him to have, like little joints. But honestly, classic demon-like horns do fit him well. I made them work, so more to say about that. Gonna go kind of wild here. A lot of the different concept art, he'd have a super thin body, which would extend out closer to the bottom. I believe the original concept for this was like since he was an energy dragon, but I decided in the end to make him a light creature of the light. Of light powers with many different I don't want to spoil story stuff. I'll talk about his features any day. Kinda wanted him to have someone's trying to get me to buy followers. Do you want to become famous? Heck no. I want to become good at a trade, and streaming is just a method in which I can grow my talent by continuing to work regularly and maybe get some people that watch me give me advice. Wouldn't want to buy fame. Pay for advertisement, stuff like that. But also have to get good. And okay for ZSpheres sketch of something that I'm like not entirely certain how it's supposed to look. Like other dragons, I'm like, whoa, in my head I know what it wants to be. This one, not so much. Can be whatever he wants. In fact, he's likely to be among the smallest creatures. The Elnhawn name. The boss with a capital B. One of my big ideas for this guy, yeah, big ideas, man, is to have portions be like super thin in the start and then expand out. Oop, missed. Kind of like the robot-y. No, it's just a thing that some robots do. Cartoons will have like sockets. I'm describing this terrible, so I'm just gonna stop. I need to change his adaptive skin levels because it's going to look a lot different. But depending on how many details I give him, potentially go higher. Spends a lot of focus put on the big Abasa, but I'm not sure if word right. Well, I'm not really attached to these fingers because I haven't done anything with them yet. That's fine. Hand should probably look kind of like a cannon. Like the idea of his arms just being beefier. The forearm limb part. Forearm limb part. Definitely word good. And like cannons at the end. Gamer Dragon. Wearing headphones. He's got spiky protrusions. Not to love. Pretty creepy. Calls for some form of helmet. Draw too close? Basically, the shape of his head is, well, pretty simple, so you're in screwing that part up. Way I do want the helmet bit to be I don't know if I need to go with that part. Pointless. That there is pretty creepy. I don't mind it looking sort of cartoony, but I just feel like it would be better. Not awkward looking. As this guy is like part light, he'll also be part gravity, so I want to say that creatures of gravity have odd physiology. I don't know what if sentence, what if anything, I don't know what this shit adds, so Take it away. Face looks pretty good. Simple shapes. When I add fingers of it. Right there. I can see it. Changes for the sake of having changes. No idea what kind of tail I want him to have, if he's even gonna have a tail in the end. Feeling kinda Pokemon-y right now. Let's see. Pretty simple. I just hate that it forces the arm to twist. Big brain plays that actually move and rotate. And obviously it's a work in progress. Everything I do is a work in progress. So many skills to be. Huh, weird. Hands are getting kind of scary big. Like that translates. What is happening here? Why is that twisting? Twisted in. Change the spikes on that looking piece. Not a fan of that. But that design is at the head. So doing that. Just not like that though. Well, now he's all reared back. Oh lord. Times Jeep spare mechanics aren't all you thought they'd be. Sphere in the middle between these? Yes. And it needs braces. Gonna make some saves of this guy. PR 474 out of 10. Okay, that's a good base. Boulder time. Fight! Pulslendet. Pulslendet for ZSphere models. Pulslendet 000. 44 out of 10. Man, I'm interesting place for the first version. Continuing on. 74. Gave them unique horns and that weird neck thing for a bit. Why not? 1 alpha. Essentially the same. Then we gave him it's a whole 2 there. Definitive 2. Beef up the arms, but they look terrible. Bad. Oh. Where do we change? Worthy for 3. Alright, continuing from there. Finishing the headpiece. Alpha. That's a big difference. All this start of 5. Whoa, 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 whoa. None of that, please. So I feel like the arms have the appropriate weighting that they would need. At least for these parts. Cannon parts. Cool, like them. Though I do see that I made last year, but continue working on the headpiece. Hey, are you pondering what I'm pondering? What if I had multiple of these arches? How would look? Basically, this entire creation. Advising how something would look. And it makes them look like a cage. Don't know if this aesthetic is what I was seeking. Yeah, that blows. Comfortable. Let's try getting rid of the middle ones. I feel like overdoing it is a problem. Was even this too many of this particular? Yeah, perhaps. I know I was thinking about adding a jetpack to him, but if I remember correctly, the reason he is a Hawnehyl is because he get wings. Right now to put the least bit of consideration. Legs. Honestly, like the arms, I feel like they would be. And if they were very machine-like. Exactly going for Camille here, but maybe some more joints would help. Another tightrope. Been much? Fan of the torso down. Pretty sure. I've decided we didn't like those. They're kind of minimal change. Save this as the next version. 5 alphas is probably alright. A lot of alphas because got simple shapes so far. This is like a first rendition on his legs. Oh Lord, why? Is that all you needed? Are you happy now? He has a little. Clearly, he just needs some features and places. Feel like what will make him come to life a bit more is to just maybe put more consideration into what attacks he'll be making. Honestly, these small changes are maybe not those ones. go ahead and make that version 7. Latest changes to the legs. Well, actually, for those. Now it's starting to look good. Unfortunate, though. Yeah, real sad about that. I'm trying to give him a unique one. Feel like just helps us design, even if he really isn't going to be using it. Might actually try to give him a bit more of a body in the next video, but honestly, I feel like this captures a lot of what he is. I can't really make a helmet. No, it wouldn't be see-through. gosh, this kind of reminds me of a Sonic. But honestly, this one was actually really fun. And I can't wait to come back and finish it tomorrow night. Stream, maybe get some dollars. Come up with part of his skull is forming there. But I don't think I'm gonna keep that change. More experimentation with this guy tomorrow night. Anyone who tunes into this Quasaldera Elnhawn ZSpheres for the last of the Hawnehyl that I'll be doing on stream. Of course, until I go back and do everything. A nice little tune-up. Really need to phase out these early ones. They're not really needed anymore, even right now, I guess. Doesn't need to be part of the big project file anymore. Got our good Tatsivo. Reharab. New Avaske. Lorarchus. The good. Fairly decent Endu. I mean, body-wise, great. All my parts, the only part I'm not, like, just doesn't get the shape I quite want. Still a hurdle I can overcome, but this guy, spectacular. Baller. Probably do the size update for him at the end. Because I feel like I still gotta make a few bodily changes. Like the full body, but you know. That's all the time I'm putting into this tonight. Project saved. Second time. Good night all, and thanks for watching.